Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, and of course, On Fire Athletes, the platform powered by GameCoin. Okay, everybody. It'll be our final day at Super Bowl Radio Row, and I will be very, very, very honest with you. I am super nervous today. Not about the show per se. I mean, I feel like I could talk about paint drying for 3 hours if I had to. Done this long enough, but my concern today is what I've been doing all week is normal morning routine, and then I go drop off Drew at St. Lillian, and then I leave straight from there and head to New Orleans. And then I basically got there early, and I've spent the entire day on Media Row. That allows me to be available to record interviews or do interviews for other stations or whatever people need, right? Help with LouisianaSports.net, basically a full work day just from Media Row. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. But so today, Erica and I were asked to speak at the Go Red for Women luncheon fundraiser for the American Heart Association. And so we're doing that. And this is one of those events where it's kind of coordinated down to the minute. So we are not walking off the stage, or I'm not walking off the stage scheduled to until 12:38. So this is at L'Auberge, and I'm walking off stage at 12:38. My show starts at 3 at the convention center in New Orleans. So I got to get off the stage at 12:38, get in my car, get down to New Orleans, Friday of the Super Bowl traffic, park, get into the convention center, and be ready to roll at 3. I may be coming in hot, just sitting down at the table at 3 o'clock, just putting on the headset and going without having done a lick of prep for the show. So it's going to be an interesting day, to say the very least. But it's been a really good week at the Super Bowl. Hope everybody's enjoyed it. Christian, I apologize. No locked on. My apologies. So I'm going to get a makeup episode, I promise. So we were in New Orleans yesterday. I stayed late because that Jaws, Ditka Jaws Cigars event was last night, and I popped over to it. It didn't start till 8, so I didn't get back to Baton Rouge until late. I showered, went to bed, because I knew I had this day ahead of me. So my apologies. I know everybody that looks for Locked On every day. I promise I will get a makeup episode. Like after my show, when I get home tonight, I'll do an episode for Friday, and then I'll also do a Saturday episode. I'll probably end up doing like 4 episodes this weekend, actually, because I have a lot from this week that I need to make up. So I apologize for no Locked On today. That is I know it doesn't sit well with me that I didn't do it, but I'm going to make up the episode. Brian Wynn, good morning. Kelly Gross, Chris P, Aaron Hornsby, good morning. Hey Club, good morning. Jason, yesterday we had Patrick Peterson on. I was trying to do the read for Peterson's. So when all these people sit with you at Radio Row, they usually have a business they're working with. So you let them plug their sponsor, and they do the interview, right? So Patrick Peterson was working with Gila Casino, GILA, which is a casino in Arizona, and they have a $1 million, or it's like $5.9 million Super Bowl pot giveaway. Anyway, and I kept trying to spell it, and like T-Bop stepping on me the whole time. I'm like, God, this is just like whiskey and wine. Like, shut up. I'm doing a sponsor read. Just shut up for 10 seconds. Anyway. So kicks of the day. I am going to wear today. So it's the Go Red for Women luncheon. And I had 2 options. So I'm going to wear something red, obviously. I have these Terminator high tops that are red and white that are fire. But I also have my Air Force One, white and red Air Force Ones that actually are are custom. I'm trying to think what to say. They're custom because they have AFR on them, which I'll probably will rock today. That's probably the direction I'll go. But let me know if you got a suggestion. Brian, good morning. All right, Pittsburgh. Congrats, JD5 and the GOAT Burrow. Yeah, man. So Jayden Daniels, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. No surprise there. Joe Burrow, NFL Comeback Player of the Year. The surprise for everybody was Josh Allen winning the MVP over Lamar Jackson. I get that. The problem I have is if we're sitting here actually talking about who had the best season, Joe Burrow had the best season. He just played on a team that didn't make the playoffs. So, I mean, what are we really arguing here? I mean, it's just who's the quarterback of the best team? Okay. If it's best player, just give it to Mahomes every year. All right. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it, man. We'll get to Jinglegate here in a second. Tiger Diver, Casey or Philly. Yeah, I've been saying all week I'm going Kansas City. I'm just not betting against Patrick Mahomes. It's just like when Brady was in the Super Bowl, I just bet on Brady every year. So he lost 3 of them, but he won 7 of them. So, like, unless someone beats him, I'm not going to pick them to beat him. So, and the only one that did was Brady. And I don't know if you heard Kevin Minter on AFR yesterday, but great conversation, man. Minter was on that Tampa team in 2020 that won the Super Bowl. And he talked a lot, dude. He talked a lot of mess about Kansas City. It was basically like their offensive line was trash. Like their offense was very predictable. Was not very good. Like we knew that. I mean, in Tampa really controlled the game, but and he basically said they won their first 2 Super Bowls by playing backyard football, basically. And they have evolved a lot as Mahomes has gotten better, which was interesting to hear. Really good combo. Sorry, I'm putting on my socks. Really good combo. If you missed it, I would highly recommend go back and listen. Great stuff. Brian Wynn, nice win by Kim Mulkey and the Tigers over Mizzou. Yep, keep on rolling, man. Michael Cook, good morning. Hey, Patrick, so cool you interviewed both Clay Travis and Lee Steinberg on Radio Row. So we had a mix-up with Lee Steinberg. That's going to be today. So Lee Steinberg is today at 4:30. And I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, obviously I know the name Lee Steinberg. I actually started to do a lot of research on him yesterday in preparation for the interview. And man, what a fascinating guy! All the stuff he's done and been involved in. And anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about that conversation today. We'll also have Chris Fowler today at 3:15. I've got that booked. So really looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll load up the show otherwise. But yeah. And Clay Travis is really good. And I think with Clay, it was one of those things where I'll tell you, this is maybe like sort of like inside baseball thing. So Clay was supposed to come on at 4:30. Maybe it was 3:30. I can't remember, 3:30 or 4:30, whatever time the show was. And it was 3:30. And I'm spacing my show to be ready for him at 3:30. Well, they bump us to 3:38. I'm in the middle of a segment. They're like, oh, it's going to be 3:38. Like, okay. So it kind of messes up my clock. So I had to finagle some things. And I kind of mistimed it because I just didn't know when he was going to walk over. But I was trying to get an extra break in so whenever he showed up, I could have him for the rest of the hour. Anyway, so I break and he shows up. So I'm like, hey man, I just wanted a break. It's going to be 3 minutes. Can you just hang? He's like, and you can tell he's like getting uneasy. And I'm like, listen, what time you need to be out? He's like, well, I have a thing at 4. I need to be out by 52. I'm like, no worries. I got a hard out at the end of the hour, like at 55. So no worries. I'll have you out by 52. He's like, so, okay. So we start the interview. And the thing is, like, I've known, like, he doesn't know me, like, but I've known Clay I've interviewed him a lot from our SEC Media Days Radio Row interviews, right? So I knew a lot of the passion points and the buttons to push that eventually I was gonna get him. And I think he could. I get it sometimes. Those guys do these interviews are like, why am I wasting my time? This or that. Like, why am I going on the Baton Rouge station? It's like if you're Clay Travis and you want to go on Fox or ESPN, like, okay, but you're gonna go on the Baton Rouge station. Like, that's the perspective of. I'm not saying it was him, but that is sometimes the thing. Like, am I wasting my time? but one of the things was when we got to about 49 after the hour, so we were about 6 or 7 minutes into the interview. I was like, "I just have a few more minutes with Clay." I was doing a reset. I was like, "I have just a few more minutes with Clay Travis. He's got to get." He goes, "Yeah, I'll finish your hour. I'll finish your hour with you." I was like, and then you had because he was having a good time, and I was asking good questions, and I was hitting things. It wasn't the standard. Can the Chiefs defensive line stop Saquon Barkley? Anyway, I know he's a big Tennessee fan, so I ended up kind of prodding him about the 2001 LSU Tennessee SEC championship game, and he said, "You know, people want to kill baby Hitler. I want to go back in time and kill baby Matt Maher." It's so fun. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, that was those are the types of things professionally that I do enjoy. Because that ended up being a very good conversation, and it was one where I knew he sat down not thinking it was going to be a good conversation. Let's see. Congrats to Josh Allen for the MVP, but it should have gone to Lamar Jackson or Burrow. Don't get it. Allen's stats weren't that dominant. The other thing too is like Lamar Jackson was first team All Pro. So the same people that voted for Lamar Jackson first team All Pro voted for Josh Allen MVP. Okay. Robert Landry, good morning. Hope your day is great. Go this way, Drew. Yeah. Oh, Devin, what's up, man? You ain't gonna make. Hey, bro, I am not listening to your negativity, Devin. I'm not listening to that. No, we are not. We are not putting that in the universe today. We are only thinking positive thoughts, but we are not putting into the universe that I'm going to be late today. Not doing that.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right. All right. Parish Construction and Roofing. As always, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock, you need a roof, give us a shout at Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss. Check it out if you want to learn more. Lowest prices, never any contracts. They'll ship your medicine anywhere in the country, and you do the whole thing over telemed. So super easy. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Hey, Sean, this week's been fun. Good interview. Seems like you're having a good time. It's incredible, man. This has been so much more enjoyable than SEC Media Days. SEC Media Days, the coaches and players spend most of the week trying to avoid you and why they can't come to Radio Row, why they don't have time. This is one of those things where everyone is coming to you like, would you like to have so-and-so? I mean, it's been great. Like yesterday, I was in the middle of a segment, and a woman walked up to Cade and was talking to him. And Cade, I could tell, was kind of like uneasy. I knew she was trying to say, like, would you want to have someone on? So Cade texts me because I'm in the middle of the segment. He's like, "Do you want to have Jason Worth on?" I'm like, "Yeah." Guy won a World Series with the Phillies in 2008, signed a $130 million contract with the Washington Nationals, in the Washington Nationals Ring of Honor. He's also a giant. He's 6'5". He was a super interesting guy. Walks around with kind of like the George Kittle cut, where it's all shaved on the side, and long ponytail, almost like a rat tail mullet combo. I mean, super interesting guy. Now he's buying horses and stuff like that. Good storyteller. I was like, heck yeah, I want Jason Worth on the show. I mean, that's kind of stuff I love to do. When else am I going to have a chance to talk to Jason Worth? Rex, morning, Matt. What do you think about Genty at 9? Great interview with Demario. Want to see if I'll yeah. I hate the idea of Genty at 9. And it's not Genty. It's with the Saints have so many issues, and you are nowhere close to being a winning team. I cannot justify taking a running back at 9, especially when you already have Alvin Kamara under contract for 2 more seasons. So no, I'm not okay with Genty at 9. Dane, good morning. Sean, great seeing all the former Tigers. Success they're having in business. Yeah, I mean, that's been one thing we've done a lot today, over this week. I mean, after Peterson, Brockers, Kevin Minter, Jarvis Green. I had John Battle and Frank Herron on together. Who else am I missing? I feel like I had some other LSU players on this week. Gymnastics tonight. There you go. All right, Thomas. That's right. You told me you're driving over there. Awesome. Y'all be safe, man. Good luck. Enjoy it. Hey, Seth. Good morning. Dale Broussard, LSU Award Show was nice. Brad, good morning. Robbie, Pelicans are on a 7-game losing streak. They have 2 9-game losing streaks. They're a joke embarrassment. What kind of changes do you think Pelicans need to make? Well, I don't see Willie Green surviving this. I know they've had a lot of injuries this year, but I don't see Willie Green surviving this. So they'll make a change at head coach. I'm assuming they will, and we'll see what happens with the lottery, man. Because I mean, you get the worst record in the Western Conference right now, and so there's always a chance you win the lottery, you get Cooper Flag, and you got Cooper Flag's eye on DeJounte Murray coming off injury, but then you've got Herb and Jose, and you got pieces around and Trey, and looks pretty good. So. Dane, I'll be in Baton Rouge all next week. I have stuff for you. Okay, man. Shoot me a note, man. We'll connect. Hey, Jeff, what up, my dude? Good morning. Leon, good morning. Love the LSU influence on the award show last night. Oh, yeah, and there is no way Josh Allen should have been the MVP. He has one, but Breeze doesn't make it make sense. Well, the Breeze thing, I mean, look, Matt Ryan has an MVP. You know, the unfortunate part about the Breeze thing is when Breeze had his best season, the Packers won 15-1, and Aaron Rodgers threw for 5,000 yards and won the MVP. I mean, sometimes it just happens. It's nothing you can control. That's the problem. Abner Neal, good morning. Ryan Balote, morning from ESPN Wild World of Sports for cheerleading nationals. Let's go Dutchtown Rec Cheer. Okay. Yeah, my niece is down there too, man. I think they left maybe yesterday. For Orlando. Y'all have fun, man. Be safe down there. Hey, Jeff, good morning. Jason H, always go with the custom kicks. Love it. Brad, have you ever been late for a show before? No, the closest I've ever been was, at least not as a host. One time I was as a producer. I've told you that story before, my 21st birthday. But on the closest I ever was one time I was doing a remote, actually at the Santa Maria. It was an Edwin Watts demo day at Santa Maria, and so our studio is downtown Baton Rouge, and so I had to go from downtown Baton Rouge to Santa Maria. So I left, which should have been plenty enough time, but there was a wreck on I-10 between Seagan and Highland, and so it was like dead stop, and we just didn't move for a long time. By the time I came in hot to Santa Maria. I mean, I'm like, grab the gear, running up to the location, like plug in. I mean, I'm here in the open of the show, like as I'm plugging in, like nothing was set up. It was just like plug in whatever you can on the ground as quickly as possible, just be connected. That was unsettling. Aaron, good morning. Devin, get ready. Okay, whatever. Thomas, Terry, you're going to be there today? No, not going to be there today. Blake, good morning, Matt. Not seeing a utility for GameCoin. If people can use credit cards, purchase trading cards on the website. So they can, but you can also use GameCoin as the utility to purchase the cards. And there will be another iteration coming where it is on the blockchain. But also, if someone uses a credit card to purchase the coin, then this is something they announced several months ago, then 20% of that purchase will be will go toward buying and burning GameCoin. So let's say you spend $100 hypothetically to buy a card, right? And you use credit card. Well, $20 of that will be taken to purchase and then burn GameCoin. So it purchases the GameCoin to go into the liquidity pool, and then it burns those tokens, so it creates more scarcity. Also, people will get a discount if you use GameCoin to purchase the cards. Again, what I've always said about it, it's a long-term play. It's not anything that I anticipated was going to moon in 6 days. So, if you're a believer in what the platform is and will be, and you have that vision for it, you're excited for it, which I am very much so. It's what I've always been excited for. But if you saw the news release a couple of weeks ago, that explains a lot why initially the platform came out how it did, But I'm looking forward. I had a conversation with David last week, and a long conversation, and very much looking forward to now that the news of the lawsuit about the former engineer and the SEC and everything came out, and everyone can see transparency now to say this is what happened. There was a shady criminal developer who was stealing, which necessitated the switch from GME to GMEX. David did that to save the company and everybody's liquidity. But in so doing, it created distrust, and a lot of people ran. But and by the way, that launched an SEC investigation, which David's been cleared. Like, we all were involved in it because everybody was named in the paperwork and everything, had to turn over bank records and everything. And so completely cleared to proceed and do as you will. And the developer pleaded no contest and is going to pay $800,000 in damages. Anyway, so with all that behind us, now we can actually have the freedom to be transparent and move forward. We're going to do a full-on AMA with David now that he can talk about things, because while there was a 3-year SEC investigation going on, he literally couldn't. He legally couldn't. So anyway, I'm very much looking forward to being able to tell those stories transparently and have people really understand what's been going on and why it had to be quiet like it was for a while. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Lamar didn't have a dominant season last year, still won the MVP. Toki Doki got here just in time. Have a day, Dale. Guy Brooks, good morning. Hey, Noah, good morning. 1 week till first pitch. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, man, excited about it. Phil, have you talked to Ocho? I have not seen Ocho. I'm disappointed too, man. I thought at some point he'd make his way down to Media Row, and I've been there all week, man. Not seen Ocho. I know, man. He needs to make good on that bet. Did you see Greg Brooks' attorney respond to BK's comments? I did. His attorney sent me that email, and so I read it on air yesterday, and we published it at LouisianaSports.net as well. So now it's just kind of become a very sad game of he said, she said, and there's no reason to they're trying to win public sentiment, and there's no reason to do that. Like, I don't get why they're trying to win public opinion, because it doesn't matter. Like, what matters is go get Greg Brooks help. There you go. But found a job, all my money was making, company truck, gas card. Awesome, dude. Congrats, man. That is awesome. Very fired up to hear that, man. Congrats. See, that's the positivity we need today, Deb. That's what I love to see. Brian, you familiar with Jared Roser? Has good content. Still waiting on my text back. Brian, please forgive me on the text back. I did read it. This week has been an avalanche. I didn't do a Locked On episode. Which since June I haven't missed a Locked On episode. Like, that goes to tell you it's been that kind of week. And yes, I know Jared Roser very well. I tried to hire Jared Roser for Louisiana Sports Net, and may still hire him for Louisiana Sports Net eventually. Okay. Last one, Robert. It was a pleasure listening to you, T-Bob, and Patrick Peterson. Excellent commentary. Thank you, man. Yeah, that was great. That was a great convo. Y'all, if you missed anything from the shows this week, you can get it. We're posting a lot of our long-form interviews on the 1045 ESPN Twitter. Of course, you can watch them on YouTube. You can get them on however you listen to podcasts, full shows, clips. It's all there for you. So we appreciate y'all. Okay, guys. I got to jump. 7:46. Got to get Drew to school. Send out good vibes. Pray for me and send out good vibes that I make it to AFR for 3 o'clock. Y'all have an awesome day. Catch up on a Locked On that you missed, and I'll get you. I promise you, I'll get you a bonus Locked On tonight, and then we'll be back on schedule. So thank you for your patience with that. But please go listen to a Locked On maybe that you missed. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace.